if I gave it.
Welcome back, everyone. And we are live on Facebook. We're also very hot here in Arizona. And boy, oh boy, I know you guys know who I have on. It is Solar Sandy. Solar Sandy, we were just talking before you came on that literally people are paying way too much money and they're just going to soar even more so right now. Their
Carol,
bills.
it's so nice to be here with you today, and it is. We're back, triple digits. I know they come and they go, but they're going to be here to stay very soon. But the one thing that definitely everyone has, everyone that's listening, we all have one. We don't like them. We all have a power bill. And, I've told my story countless times on your show, and I love to share that with you and our listeners, that I'm just a mom and a grandma and a retired nurse, that when my own daughter's power bill was over $500 and I financially could not help her pay her electric bill, I started Googling how to lower an electric bill. That's exactly what I put into my little iPad. And the first thing that came up was LED lights. Well, that was a great idea, but it wasn't going to save her very much money. And then supercooling. That was a great idea, but that wasn't going to work either to save her substantially off her power costs. And then I came to the third solution, which was solar, which I knew nothing about. I was just a mom and a grandma. And I'm still a mom and a grandma.
Right.
And a retired nurse. And
that doesn't go away.
That doesn't change. And so, and I started reading and I thought, oh, this makes a lot of sense. Producing your own power, becoming your own electric company on your own roof, locking in your own power rate and paying less for those kilowatts than what the electric company is charging. I said, oh, and then I got to the part where it didn't cost anything to get started. I was like, this is sounding more and more like a great solution. And by the way, that's the same solution today. There's no money to get started. There's no money out of pocket to produce your own power and pay less for it. So I helped my daughter through the process, and the first two fellows that we talked to, anybody, I just had a birthday, Carol, by the way.
Happy birthday. I know that. I said happy birthday to you.
I know you did. Thank you very much.
I would never not.
So I turned 58 on Monday or so ago. And so as nice as these young kids were, and anybody under 50, no disrespect, is a kid to me, they just couldn't answer my questions. This was going to be the power source of my daughter's home, where my daughter and my grandchildren were going to live, and they weren't answering my questions to my satisfaction and to make me feel comfortable with going forward with them in the process. So, I wanted to make sure that this was going to be a solution. She already had a problem with her power bill. I didn't want to create another problem for her by solar and a power bill. So before the third fellow came out, I sat down, and in my day as a nurse, we didn't have smartphones, Carol. We did things the old-fashioned way. We did them longhand on a piece of paper and a pad of paper. We had to figure out, we double-checked the dosages of medication before we administered them, because back in that day, it was our license on the line, not the doctor's. So I had done quite a lot of math in my day. So when I sat down and I looked at this as being a math formula, and I came up with a formula for my daughter's home. How much electricity was she using over a 12-month period of time? That was one number. And so this is where I started my kilowatt worksheet. I was on a yellow pad of paper sitting at kitchen table with pencil and paper. And so at nighttime, when the sun would go down, the panels weren't going to create any electricity, so she was still going to have to buy some electricity from the power company. So what was the best rate plan for her to be on in combination with the solar panels? So I figured that out and penciled that number in. And then I thought, well, summers seem to get hotter and longer, or what if she has another child, which she did, that leaves another light on or leaves a door open? They use a little bit more electricity, so I wanted to give her a smidge more.
That's where it comes in, that smidge more. This is what makes her different. Go ahead.
A smidge more.
The secret sauce is coming out now.
So I figured out this formula for my own daughter's home. I checked my numbers. I checked them twice. I checked them, probably more than a dozen times. And I was quite satisfied that I had, as long as those panels were on her roof and the sun came up, she was going to create X amount of electricity on her own roof. So the third fellow came, and I said, this is exactly how we're going to do this. He looked, he says, I've never done it like this before. And I said, probably not. You're not a mom and a grandma that can't, if this doesn't work, can't afford to pay her own daughter's power bill. And I want to make sure that this is a solution for my daughter and her family, not creating another problem. She already has that with the power company with her power bill. So he did it exactly to my formula, my specifications. And once Chelsea's house was installed, we monitored her power bills. And Carol, it was really amazing because she says, "Mom, are you seeing what I'm seeing?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, you helped us save even more than we had anticipated. And so she lives in a community where there's a lot of families with power bills of $300 and $400 and $500. And she's like, "Mom, could you help create the formula for this person and that person?" So I helped about, 25, 30, 40 people, neighbors and friends of my daughters. And then she says, "Mom, you're really good at this." She goes, "I think your nursing background kicks in here because you really care. This is, because it was my home, but you've done it for all of my friends and my neighbors, to help them save money on a bill that they're already spending too much money on." And I really found a purpose because of my accident, because of me, my injury that I had sustained. I wasn't able to go back to nursing, and I found that I was able to help people with something significant. This is your power bill. We all have one. It's going to continue to go up. If you'd like to put more of your hard-earned money into your own pocket and you're living more comfortably and affordably in your own home, PYOP, producing your own power, paying less for it, that's what you need to do. And I'm here to help educate you and help you through the process, and that's what makes me not a solar salesperson. I've become an advocate, an educator, and an advocate for families that are looking for, think of it this way, Carol. This is the only product and service that we use in our homes that we have no control over how much it is. We have no control over if and when it goes up, and it will, and how comfortably or uncomfortably or how affordably or unaffordably we live in our own homes. The power company is the only product and service that we use in our lifetime that is second to our mortgage. The average household in Arizona, Carol, will spend and this is me being very conservative, $80,000 to $100,000 over the next 20 years on their power costs. I can usually cut that cost over the 20 years in half. So if you want to continue to pay APS and SRP, and they will continue, APS is raising the rates again in August, and SRP is coming out with new rate plans somewhere towards the end of the summer. And last year we experienced this with APS when they came out with new rate plans, new names and new rate plans. There was a raise in there too. So this is what they need to do. They need to go to my website,
which is AskSolarSandy.com. You can also go up on her website and fill out that kilowatt worksheet. That's what it's all about, starting with that. And she's going to save you on a bill that you have to pay. You're going to lower your power bill by producing your own power.
PYOP.
She loves to talk to people. She is one of the hardest working people I know. She will go valley-wide to anyone to show you, first of all, learn how to read your electric bill. That's just it in a nutshell right there. The number to call her direct, it's 623-850-8229. And by the way, the last time that you were here live today, and I love having you here. 101, we just want to go back and talk about these people and tell them how you can do it. We got 1 minute before the break.
Absolutely. If you go to fill out your kilowatt worksheet, if your APS is going to tell you the different rate plans you're on, that's confusing enough, Carol. SRP has 3 or 4 different rate plans as well. So start by filling out that kilowatt worksheet. If you have any questions, call me. I answer my own phone, and then I look forward to coming out and meeting with you and answering all the questions. My daughter and I had lots of them, so I welcome people asking me questions. This is going to be the power source on their home. PYOP, produce your own power, paying less for it. APS and SRP are going to continue raising the cost of our power. This is the only way to lock in your own power rate and put more of your hard-earned money in your own pocket.
She's been on my television show. She's been on lots of radio shows now, too. She's going to go national with this. She's here to help you understand why your bill is that high and how you don't have to be paying those bills. All you have to do is go up on that website. It's AskSolarSandy.com. You can call her at 623-850-8229. Hang tight. We're going to be right back. Guys, listen up, because she really knows. She's been doing this for how many years? Almost 5 years now.
Almost 6.
for trading it all.
Welcome back, everyone. It's the summer, and you know what? Guess what? Your bills are going to be going up, and they don't necessarily have to. We have Solar Sandy here live with us today.
How would they like to have a zero APS, APS nothing? So listen up for all my APS families. Although solar was great doing it 2, 3, 4, and 5 years ago, it's even better today because I've got a formula that's going to eliminate you owing anything to APS and APS potentially owing you at the end of the year. So the way it works is, we were talking about me figuring out your formula, and I do one specific to your home and household to make sure that you have all the electricity you need for your daytime electricity needs and your nighttime electricity needs, and a smidge more, a little bit extra. And the way it works is that you're going to produce extra power during the day for your nighttime consumption, and you're selling that back to APS. APS puts those kilowatts monetarily, it goes into your APS piggy bank. So you've got actually a monetary credit on your bill for the next month. So at nighttime when you're buying some electricity from them, you're not going to owe APS any money, not for the fees, taxes, or surcharges, or for the electricity at nighttime that you buy from them. And every month I've created a formula that you're overproducing electricity, selling it to APS, and at the end of the year, depending on your usage and your consumption and that, you could potentially end up with a nice check back from APS. So how's this? On my website there's some bills, and I use Bev and Mike's bills on my website, but there's lots and lots of other families that I've done the same formula for, and it shows the very first month they went solar with me, they ended up with a $352 credit that paid their bill. It carried forward. They have a $488 credit the following month, and then the following month they owed nothing to APS, a $508 credit, and at the end of the year they got about $500 or $600 back from APS.
I've seen the bills myself.
Yeah. So, and then now, what about SRP? I don't want my SRP families to feel left out. SRP, it's not, the program is not the same. SRP stopped solar about 5-6 years ago, buying the kilowatts back and making it beneficial. So my SRP families, I'm going to get you 75 to 80% off of SRP's power. You're going to just buy a little smidge of power from them at nighttime at a very, very good rate, and then you're producing your own power. You've locked in your own power costs. So I say this, if you're in costs, why do we go to Costco? Because we want to pay wholesale and we want to save a little bit money off things that we know we're going to need. Well, we definitely know we're going to need our electricity. So if I can show you how to produce your kilowatts on your own roof at wholesale versus buying them from APS and SRP at retail, and on top of that, Carol, most families are eligible to get well over $10,000 back from the federal tax credit and $1,000 back from the state tax credit. There's a lot of information out there. Some of it is misinformation. It's misconstrued in the wrong way. So I'm really going to tell you, be very, very careful who you sit down with. And if you sat down with somebody already, I'd always say, have a second opinion. Call me and get a second opinion. If you're going in the right direction, if you've got the right, if they've created the right formula for you, I'm going to say congratulations, you're doing this right. There's nothing wrong with this. If you're not going in the right direction, I'm going to give you some advice. The reason I bring this up is I have more phone calls every week than I can count of people saying, Solar Sandy, we wish that we had heard you before we went solar. I had one fellow today, his name was Bob, went with a very well-known company, and it was a lease, and he is very upset because he is still paying APS, and his lease payment continues to go up. So he said, Solar Sandy, I wish that I had heard you before I did this. He said, I'm going to tell all of my neighbors, my friends, and my family not to do anything with solar unless they go with you. There's another program out there that I want to warn people about, or inform people about. Let's say warn, but inform. APS has this program, and they're targeting us seniors, people usually 50 and up. And they're offering to put solar panels on your roof with no charge. And they'll give you $30 a month for putting those panels on your roof? Well, gee, they're selling you your own wholesale power back to you at their retail rates. I highly recommend, if you have anybody approach you or send you a letter for that program, that you call me and talk to me about it first. It's not a wise way to go.
The number to call her is 623-850.
I saw you getting nervous.
623-850-8229. That website is AskSolarSandy.com. She'll come to you. She'll talk to you. She'll show you how you're to read that and to understand your electric bill, number one, and to show you how you can save money on a bill that's going to be going way high right now, guys, and not for just a short amount of time. We've talked about this, too. It doesn't just end in, like, let's say, August.
No.
This is going to go on through December, that your bills are going to be skyrocketed.
So August,
and because of the lights that you use for Christmas, believe me, it's then too.
Right. So August, APS is going to have what's called an unpublished rate increase. It's on the left-hand side of the bill where we see those fees, taxes, and surcharges. And often we think, here's the thing. Doesn't matter how high our bills go, Carol, we pay them because it's our power. So it could be a $600 bill and we don't understand it. We still have to pay that bill. The unpublished rate increases, what that means is, on the left-hand side of the bill where those fees, taxes, and surcharges are, we think that those are state-imposed and federally imposed. That's not the case. There's only two line items that's state and federal taxes, and the rest of them are imposed by APS, and guess who creates the names of them? APS and SRP. So it's a way for them to raise our rates without a published rate increase, and the percentage of what our bill goes up is based on the percentage of power that we're buying from them. Another little delightful thing that APS added last year with the new rate changes, the name rate changes, was a thing called demand. And most people still aren't quite familiar with what demand is, but let me explain it in simple terms. You pay, if you're on one of the rate plans that has the demand charges, you've paid for your kilowatts. They're at a rate X. But if you use your power between 3 and 8 p.m., you pay another charge on top of that, where they measure your electricity that you're using, the highest 1 hour period that you're using electricity through the whole 30 days. And it could be 10 kilowatts of power. Well, that's not a whole lot of power to be using in 1 hour. That's what your AC running, your lights, your refrigerator, your TV on. Maybe you're making something in the microwave, and your demand is 10. It's not. And if you look on your bill, on the right-hand side of your bill, where it tells you the amount that you owed, it will have a 10. 10. So people are not aware of what it's costing. It's 10 times $17.44. So your power cost, your kilowatt cost, add that $174.44 on there, you're paying an extremely high amount for your cost per kilowatt. And this is what I'm saying, Carol. When you produce your own power on your own roof, I will show you what your new cost per kilowatt is. It's usually between 7.5 and 8.5 cents per kilowatt. And I invite everyone to go on APS's website, SRP's website. There is no rate that locks you in for 7.5 to 8.5 cents for the next 25, 30 years.
You'll know exactly what you're paying.
Exactly.
And on top of that, with the program that she will show you, you're going to make money back from APS.
Potentially, yes.
Potentially owe you. I've seen many times, you've showed me many different people that have been doing it, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that you don't owe APS anything throughout the year, and at the end of the year, potentially you can get a check back from them. But the nice thing about it is, Carol, when these rate increases come, and they will continue to come, not just this year, not just next year, they will continue to raise our rates, and we'll live more unaffordably, either affordably and uncomfortably in our house, or uncomfortably and affordably in our house.
Well, it starts with a conversation. That's first off. You
Go to
know
my
you don't
website.
want to pay that bill. You want to go up on that website and fill out the kilowatt worksheet. That's all you have to do. It's the original one. You'll see it up there, and it's simple. It's easy.
It is.
There's a lot of people that are listening right now. If you are a renter, she will help you. She will help you. All she has to do is know the owner. You have to know the owners. Anybody out there, there's a lot of older people, older folks that are living in those old homes right now. They also need help there. It's very dangerous when it gets really hot out there. They're living with that air conditioning on that's set at like 80 and higher. They don't have to. She's here to talk to you about that. She's valley-wide. She does free consultations. It's on me now, okay? So the number to call her is 623-850-8229. Find out how she can help you pay. Your bill is going to be a lot less money because she can show you how you can produce your own power and pay less for that power bill. Again, give her a call direct. She loves to talk to people and educate them. What's your final words, real quick?
If you haven't been in your home for 12 months, I'm getting a lot of people that are coming to Arizona, haven't been in their house for 12 months. Call me, call me, and I can help create a formula based on your square footage, how many ACs, etc. So go to my website, fill out the kilowatt worksheet. If you don't have 12 months of usage, call me and I can help you.
Her number is 623-850-8229. It's AskSolarSandy.com.